Hello and welcome to this episode of Crowe Corner. I'm Alex Hindson, partner and head of sustainability here at Crowe. We help our clients be more sustainable, resilient and adaptable to the future. I'm delighted to be joined today by Rachel Delhaise, head of sustainability at Convex, who's going to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, yes. So I'm head of sustainability for Convex Group, an insurer in the commercial insurance world. And I'm there to establish the framework and the strategy across sustainability in our business.
Thanks, Rachel. So you've been on record as saying that sustainability reporting can add significant value to society. Could you make the case for us, please?
Sure. Well, I think we all, as individuals, businesses, and the community, the broader community, we need to improve our carbon literacy. It's only relatively recently that climate disclosures have become part of the corporate narrative. And we need to start considering how that's going to build into the economics of our business. There clearly are societal planetary costs to the business that we conduct, and we need to understand that better in the economics of our business. And reporting is, and having a consistent framework is a really useful way of beginning to understand that as a business. And there are now an increasing range of stakeholders who are interested in a firm's approach to sustainability. So that's employees, investors, policyholders, and the broader community. So it makes sense for a responsible and resilient firm just to be open and forthcoming about what their approach is towards sustainability.
We know that producing an annual sustainability report can be challenging and time-consuming. So what are your top 5 tips?
Well, in the first instance, I'd say be thoughtful. It makes sense to be really thoughtful about what the exercise is trying to achieve and what it means to your business. Proportionate. Reporting also needs to reflect your maturity and size of a business. So it should build on the progress you as a company are making in your sustainability journey. And then engaging. So definitely engage with a range of stakeholders around the company. And the important thing is to ensure that they understand the why and the so what of the reporting exercise. Display. I think dense narrative can be quite hard work for people unless they really understand the content. So I think the use of things like infographics can be quite effective in trying to communicate as well as possible what the report is actually means. Then use it. It's tempting to create a really good sustainability report and then not look at it again for another year. It can be useful both internally and externally for interested stakeholders to be able to have this reference document and allow it to live and breathe with the company through the year.
Convex Insurance is a strong supporter of the ClimateWise industry initiative. Could you give us the business case and why you think this is going to be good for the future of sustainability reporting?
Yeah, so ClimateWise, we are a relatively new insurance company. We were only formed 4 years ago in 2019. However, our exec chairman, Stephen Catlin, has been a member of the advisory council, a long-standing member since it was first set up in 2010. Joining ClimateWise was the first industry climate-related association that we joined. It allows us to share how we address the risks and opportunities of climate change. And as it's convened by the University of Cambridge, it's really useful for us to get their insights and studies, and as well as the role they play in leading and managing the group. As members of ClimateWise, we commit to certain principles, and the reporting exercise is simply how we're demonstrating the progress that we're making against aligning ourselves to these principles. And helpfully, ClimateWise principles were aligned to a international reporting framework, TCFD, the Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosures, I think 3 or 4 years ago. So in reporting against ClimateWise principles, in the first instance, that allowed us to meet with an internationally recognized framework, which was really useful. In 2023, ClimateWise, recognizing the changes in and advances in global reporting requirements, decided to quite an ambitious project to revise the principles. What I find valuable with the way the principle revision has been addressed is, for example, it's very comprehensive. The way in which Crowe has approached the breadth of these requirements and sought to incorporate that within the revision of the principles so that it's going to operate as a kind of one-stop shop for insurers for collating this information. The principles look at sustainability from an insurer's perspective, and in this way, they're the only framework to do so. So they look to the risks and opportunities, and therefore that can help inform the strategy and resilience of the firm.
What are your plans for 2024 in terms of your own sustainability program?
We are in scope for CSRD through our Luxembourg company in 2025. So we'll be preparing for that through a dry run this year. The double materiality aspect of CSRD will be new for us. That lens will help shine a certain focus on our transition planning. In Bermuda, we've engaged in the consultation of the BMA's proposals for climate risk disclosures for 2025. And actually, as we have done our ClimateWise reporting at group level, this has helped us prepare for this Bermuda reporting requirement. In the UK, we've looked in some detail at the TPT, the Transition Plan Task Force, as a framework for transition planning, which we will be using. And one aspect that I quite like about that is there's considerable emphasis on the opportunities associated with decarbonization of the global economy, as well as the how you're managing the risks. An area that I think is likely to grow in terms of reporting is around biodiversity risk. This will be new for us, but our Convex Seascape survey, a 5-year research program into the carbon sequestered in the seascape, has been really insightful into this field for us. For example, understanding the scale and role of marine life in the seascape. So what might be considered very distant and far from the day-to-day business of an insurer has been brought to life for us by leaning into this incredibly important area of scientific research.
Thank you, Rachel, for a very insightful conversation on sustainability reporting.
It's a pleasure, Alex. I think it's important.
Thank you. And thank you for listening. If you have any questions regarding the conversation Rachel and I had, please reach out. Look forward to seeing you again soon.